Hello everyone, my name is AbsoMonolute, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you how to use a pen tool. Some of you have requested on me showing you how to do that just step by step to create images like these. These are some images that I've created using solely the pen tool and the brush tool. And so why not waste any more time, and let's just get started. So we are going to go to File and New, or you can go to Control N to open up a new little profile here. I like to use 1280 by 720. These are the recommended settings for creating thumbnails on YouTube. So there are three major tools that you're going to be using with the pen tool, and that is of course the pen tool, then we have the brush tool, and of course the color wheel. Alright? Okay, so what we want to do is go to the pen tool. You can either come over here and click on it, or you can click P. It'll do the same thing. And just hold it down and make sure you are just on the pen tool and not all this other stuff. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our screen here, and you're just going to left click anywhere on the screen, and that creates what's called an anchor point. Now your next click will be based off of this anchor point and which direction the line will go. So click anywhere else on your screen, left click, and you'll see it's created another anchor point with a line connecting the both of them. Now what you can do is you can just start clicking everywhere. Just clicking everywhere you want to click, and now let's say you've created your line and you want to make that a nice solid line. What you're going to want to do now is you're going to go to the brush tool, or you can hit B, and then you're going to go up to the top where this number is at, maybe a different number for you, but just click on it. And this will determine the width of the line that you're going to be making with the pen tool. So let's change this from 600 to 6. And you can also change the hardness and change all of these settings as well. But I like to keep it at 6 and 100. And just hit enter. And now you're going to come over here and make sure you are back on the pen tool with P, or coming down here. And you are going to right click. And you have the option to either delete the path, fill the path, or stroke the path. But let's just stroke the path with the brush tool. You can use any of these tools as well, but let's just try it with the brush tool and hit OK. And you can see I've created this kind of faint blue line, but you don't want a faint blue line because you can't really see it. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit Control Z, or you can do undo stroke path from the edit menu, and we're going to change the color of that. So you're going to come down here to your color wheel, the top one here, and we're going to change it to black, just so it's a little easier to look at. Then you're going to right click, stroke path, and hit OK. And now you've got this path going on. You've got this nice solid black line. But if you start clicking again with the left mouse button, you'll see that the path keeps on continuing, which is probably what you don't want. So after this point, once you've got your nice color, you're going to right click again and hit delete path. And this will completely delete the path that you have made. Right, now that we've got that tool, let's just erase this really quick. And let's start with something a little bit different. Now let's pick a different color. How about let's go for a darker blue, darker red, whatever you want. And let's get back onto the pen tool, and now we are going to fill in an area. So what you're going to want to do is left click anywhere you want on the screen. Just keep clicking wherever you want, doesn't matter. And then what you can do is conjoin your last anchor point with your first, and that will create a nice solid shape. And then you're going to right click, and you're going to fill path. And it gives you different options here as well. You can choose normal or dissolve or whatever. You can also change the opacity from here and feather radius and stuff like that. And make sure you're on foreground color if you want that top color to show up, that blue. So we're going to hit OK, and now it has created a nice solid line. But again, if you start using the pen tool, it's going to create a path as well, which is probably what you don't want. So let's just delete, and now you've got the solid blue check mark. So let's get rid of this and let's try something else. Now you notice in a lot of my photos here there are lots of curves, and that's another cool option you can do with the pen tool. So let's try that out. So let's change this back to black, and this can also be used to stroke the path or to fill the path, either one. Let's go to the pen tool, and let's left click again, creating our first anchor point. Now click anywhere else on the screen, but this time hold it, and then you can move your mouse up, you can move your mouse down, left, right, however you want to do it. And whatever direction you move your left mouse cursor will change the shape of your curve. So if I get really far away, you see the curve is more towards the first anchor point. If I get kind of close or farther to the left, it gets it closer to the anchor point. And that's how you create a curve. Now this is you're going to have to mess around with a little bit to kind of practice. And you can do the same thing if you click over here. Now these lines determine where the next curve will be or how the next curve will be. So let's click and see how it curved like that. I can do Control Z, take that out. Now let's try it on this side of the line, and it's created a similar curve in this direction. But if you don't want those big curves way out here, what you can do is you can come over here, you're going to press Alt onto this little point on here, and you're going to move it closer to your anchor point if you want more of a straight line. See, now we got a nice straight line coming off this anchor point instead of a curved one. And then you can just keep on going from here, create more curves, different things like that. You can even create S's and use Alt and left hold just to move that. And then just keep going with more curves, whatever you'd like, doesn't really matter. But just keep on practicing, that's the tough part. Now let's try and give this a nice stroke path, and you're going to hit OK again. Now we've got this nice stroke that we can work with. But let's also try and fill it. Right click, fill path, hit OK, and now we've got this filled. So that is pretty much a basic tutorial on how to use the pen tool. If you would like more tutorials like this in the future, let me know a better tutorial on how to make custom artwork like this. Just let me know in the comments below. Tell me what you think of this, and if I've earned it, make sure you do hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you next time.